Hello and welcome to The Corner. I'm the Frosted Glass and I'm joined by my fellow Alabaster Savages, not Jack Gunsky.
Animals was the best album. Fight me.
Alright, gonna hit you on the head with a trumpet. Moonshock.
Careful, I'll respond with a tuba.
We'll give him the brass, because he loves that kind of shit. And hello, everybody. I am your two-time cancer survivor. What's up?
Pterodiomantis.
String up the lights and light up the tree. We're gonna make some revelry.
And this week's special guest, Johnny Hellcat.
If Jack attacks someone with a tuba, does the sound come with it?
No. What happens is you take the bell of the tuba, you stick it over their head, and boom.
So, how's your holiday seasons going so far?
Don't get me started, motherfucker. This has been the worst freaking 6 weeks of my life, but thank God I got some good news. I'll put it there, and I'll leave it there.
Well, at least you didn't get any Xbox Live memberships.
That's great.
And
I knew that was coming.
There's a story behind that, so you'll have to explain that one, Jack.
That's of course the end of story.
Yeah.
I got an Xbox Live account because for some ungodly reason I wanted to play Minecraft with Johnny Bonsacco, and it's cancer. Everything Microsoft does is cancer.
But you know the best part about the holidays, though?
I'll take that as a no.
As long as it's a person that I can look up so we can see just how dastardly and ugly they are.
Even if it's not Moonshock, when has that prevented you from looking up photos anyway?
I will
That's the
find
point.
somebody.
You'll just find a picture of like circus freaks and then pretend that's the author.
Good point. Okay, Circus Freaks is now tonight's search results.
I mean, they're not far off.
Very, very good.
They're medium writers are like intellectual circus freaks.
Anyway, the best thing about the holidays is that the holidays are degrowth.
Oh no.
I was thinking maybe the best thing would be that all the Jews feel lonely.
What is degrowth like when the economy shrinks so much because everyone starves to death?
Let's find
yeah,
out.
Who knows?
I won't be able to look this person up because it's not a person; it's an inverse converse. All right,
Wow.
that's it. Johnny, give me something to look for that people would be appalled with.
2 girls, 1 cup.
No. Next.
Moonshock face reveal.
Okay, moon face reveal.
Hey, wait a minute.
Hey, wait a second. Let's see. Oh, okay. No, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. No. Ugh! Okay, here, I'm gonna get you somebody.
People of Walmart.
That sounds like a declaration. People of Walmart, hear my plea.
Hey, you know that famous speech from Julius Caesar? People of Walmart, lend me your ears.
Is it
Lend
bad?
me your cochlear implants.
Is it bad that the very first suggested search result, when you just type in the words "people of," it says "people of Walmart"?
No, that makes sense.
Oh, okay. This one's gonna have to do. Oh
Uh,
God.
Have you ever thought to yourself, why is it that most of us love the end of the year?
You don't
Most-
have to go to work.
The most obvious answer being that it is because most of our Western holidays are stacked back to back. Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. But what is it about the holidays that we truly, madly, and deeply enjoy?
I can
Oh,
tell you what it
Christmas.
is. I can tell you it's a female airplane hybrid. I just linked it in chat.
That's what we enjoy about the holidays?
Well,
Apparently.
I suspect I suspect that a lot of what we value about the real answer, a lot of what we value about the holidays, it starts out when you're a kid because it's sort of it's magical. It's legitimately magic to you. And then as you grow older, the magic kind of fades away, but then the nostalgia and the deeper values of what you value in your life come into prominence.
And then you go to college and become a commie.
Yeah, and then you abandon your family because your brother says the N-word on national TV.
Uh, the social awakening surrounding the roles of the three C's, capitalism, colonialism, and Christianity, in the development of Thanksgiving and Christmas as consumerist spectacles has done little to diminish their popularity and the perpetual excitement surrounding them. We know their true origins, and not what we were told growing up, yet we still celebrate them jubilantly.
Well,
Jubilance!
Give me one moment here. I would like to thank Cancer for its donation, where the message says, "Damn, foiled again." Well, I guess third time's the charm. See you next time. And also,
Gadget.
next time. And thank you.
Just remember, you've got to win every time. Cancer only has to win once.
And thank you, Evolved Potato says, "Well, I'm happy you beat it a second time. One of the best Christmas presents, indeed. But I'll have to find this Cancer and say, here, take your fucking money back."
The reason for this lies within, paradoxically, their anti-capitalist and therefore degrowth nature. We close businesses, most of them anyway, and gather in small or large groups to enjoy food, drinks, music, games, and community. Many donate their time and money to charity. All of that is degrowth. The centerpiece of the major winter holidays is the feast. In degrowth literature, everybody loves degrowth literature. This is known as a dépense. Dépense. I don't know, it's some faggy French thing. Dépense is collective social waste, meant to take capital out of the sphere of endless circulation. The point is to spend the surplus and not save it. Ebenezer Scrooge, after having the night of his life, metaphysically,
No, he's never felt this way before.
decides to forgive debts and give away a chunk of his own money to throw a huge feast for Tiny Tim and the Cratchit family.
He chose to. That's the point. He chose to, out of the goodness of his heart, because he wanted to. If you force someone to do it, it is not a good thing. If Ebenezer Scrooge was forced at gunpoint to relieve the debts of the people who owed him money, it would be a very, very different story.
It would be a much shorter story, though.
It would.
Like the first ghost.
Not that it's particularly long. I mean, it's a really short book, but no, you're right.
The first ghost just shows up with a shotgun and says, appreciate Christmas.
You'll love it or I'll fucking kill you and your family.
Quit being a dick.
Ebenezer Scrooge, the serial killer.
Upon reflection, Scrooge realizes that there's more to life than the relentless accumulation of capital. Charity is degrowth.
By the way, I am. I also wanted to share some other news. I do apologize. There was a suspected mass on my remaining breast that my PA was looking at, and I had a mammogram done, and I also passed that too. So no worries there either. So I do apologize. I wanted to say that before, but I kind of forgot.
So the exciting news is that nothing happened?
Fuck you, Terry.
Alright, let's see. Even some of the most recent holiday tales are degrowth in nature. Elf pours the anti-capitalist gravy on thick. Buddy heads the #1 elven rule heartily to treat every day like Christmas. As cheerful Buddy meets his capitalist father for the first time, poor Walter Hobbs hardly has any time to spend with his family during the last weeks of the year. Walter sees
The-
himself.
The point of these is that people choose for themselves to do the right thing. What the whole idea behind communist is that you have zero agency over your whole life. Good things don't exist in a vacuum. You have to choose to do them.
But why choose when, it's much more efficient to just have the government make you feel better?
Yeah. If there's one thing the government is known for, it's efficiency.
Yeah. Walter sees himself as having no choice but to constantly please his capitalist bosses at the children's book publishing company situated inside the capitalist mecca, the Empire State Building.
I found the guy. I just sent him to Moon.
What? I must see this. Ah. That guy is creepy as fuck, dude.
Well, he did write. He has a podcast, and one of the titles of one of the podcasts is "Life on the List." He chronicles someone who's on the sex offender registry for having sex with a kid.
Oh, he totally looks like the kind of he totally looks pedo.
Jesus Christ.
Man,
Yeah.
pedo sympathizing commie, who would have guessed?
Imagine that.
Color me shocked.
Why is it that all these people who have these preposterous ideas are also pedophiles? It can't just be a coincidence that having Marxist tendencies makes you a pedophile.
It's because they want to draw the attention to the one that people will you think would be less offended by. But like, oh, yeah, don't pay attention to what I do over there. I'm a commie.
Mhm. It reminds me of the meme. I may be a pedophile, but at least I'm not rude.
That's a good one.
Walter at first seems like a true capitalist, revoking a deal to provide books at an orphanage due to lack of, you guessed it, money.
Oh my god.
As the movie progresses, we begin to see that there is always another capitalist up above the rung on the ladder where Walter finds himself. His boss forces him to develop a new book, due on Christmas Eve, because of lackluster sales on a previous book. Then he is forced to hire the biggest, not in stature, capitalist in the movie, famed children's author Miles Finch, Peter Dinklage, who offers up 5 hours of his time and not a minute more, depending on being picked up in a black S500 set to 71 degrees exactly. By the climax of the film, Walter has been so overcome, thanks to Buddy's militant optimism towards Christmas cheer, with the essence of the holidays, time spent with loved ones, that he quits his job cold turkey to help Buddy get Santa and his sleigh back in the air. The reason we enjoy the holiday season is because of their anti-capitalistic nature. While some would argue...
No.
it says right there. It says right there.
Wait a second. Is he trying? I mean, I could see the argument that people enjoy Christmas because of the capitalistic nature, but the Marxism is not synonymous with charity. It's the opposite of charity.
Isn't that like if it's mine, or I mean, if it's yours, it's mine. If it's mine, it's mine. If it's broken, it's yours.
The winter season in communist nations is always great. Just ask 1930s Ukraine.
I don't know about you guys, but I always have fun on Black Friday watching people fight the shit out of each other.
Well, while some would argue that holidays are actually monuments to rampant consumerism, they would be mistaking the peripheral veil, spelled wrong, capitalism has opaquely wrapped around the spirit of these annual gatherings for its core essence. Things slow down. People gather and celebrate convivially the fruits of our labor. We give instead of take. We share instead
You're
of
just
steal.
you're just conflating communism with goodness.
Yeah, they're the same
That's
thing.
literally all you're doing.
They're
So
the
they're the same
same
thing.
thing. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Vale isn't even a word unless you're speaking or unless you're talking specifically about a city in Colorado.
Maybe it's vile. I'm trying to think how that would be pronounced.
I'm guessing they meant veil, Veil.
Yeah, but
Nah,
I mean,
that's too easy.
obviously nobody proofreads this shit anyway.
That would be too easy. It's got to be deeper than that.
Let's see. We forgive and
Keep says, "Oh my communism," but I read that like, "Oh my communism,
Whatever shall we do?
communism gracious."
we give instead of take. We share instead of steal. We forgive and forget. We need not lose sight of the true meaning of a holiday, where we socially waste our time together to eat, drink, and be merry. So I ask you, as this year comes to a close, to not forget to come in and know me better, man.
Well, all I learned from that is don't watch Elf.
Yeah.
All I've learned from this is that VAIL is still not a word, and this person is an idiot.
Will Ferrell movies aren't really that great anyway, so.
Well, that's why I've never seen it, is because I don't like Will Ferrell that much.
Yeah. Well, he was great on Saturday Night Live, but his movies,
Santa marks a clause.
Hmm.
Nah.
Let's see. All right. So with the end of the first article comes the first game,
The best game.
Hmm.
and that is Sad Libs Double Prompt Edition.
Hey, Spud Gun just called me a one-tit wonder. That's me.
He's not wrong.
All right. This is where I take 4 headlines from Medium, take out 2 words, and you guys have to fill in those words Mad Libs style, and then the chat will vote on which one is best. All right, so Merry Christmas, Jack. I need a living thing.
Monkey.
All right, Moon, I need a thing plural.
How dildos?
I always forget if
I love
dildos
my-
has an E in it.
No, it does not. I love my weekly DP session. Thanks. Mom. Yeah, son's upstairs. She's talking to one of her friends. They're playing WoW, so she's listening, but she's also talking to her friend.
Hey, Terry, I need
Playing WoW. Wow.
Yes. Wow.
All right, Terry, I need a living thing.
It's Christmas. I'll just go reindeer.
Sorry, one of your Frosted Glasses articles metastasized on you. Yes, I blame Frosted. And Spud Gun says, "Son," and Son says, "Spud." See, I'm reading shit. You know, I can read. I can fly. I'm pilot.
I believe I can fly.
I hate that song. Thanks to Space Jam, you heard it all the time in the 90s.
I believe I can touch the sky.
All right, Johnny, I need a living
It wasn't
thing.
the only thing we touched.
I'll go with savages.
There you go.
Well, living thing is a
Savage.
singular.
So we'll go savage.
Okay.
And Terry, give me a transitive verb ending in ing.
Flinging.
I think about it every night and day.
Jack.
All right, Johnny, I need a transitive verb.
Can we just mute him now?
Yes.
That's not a transitive verb.
Well, muting. There you go.
Let's see here. We'll try and stick with the the theme of penetrate.
Oh.
All right, let's see. So, Jack, I need a living thing.
Porcupine.
Oh God.
Jeez, I finally give you a living thing, and you're giving me these boring answers. All right.
Well, I'm trying. I don't try and go for like the immediate thing. I try and go for things that could be left up to interpretation. And it doesn't always work, but sometimes it really works.
All right, and Moon, I need a transitive verb ending in S.
How about fillets?
All right.
Fine. Do you want me to give a different one, Frosted? I'll
No,
give
it's
you
too late.
Well, I don't want it to be boring.
Too late.
Not too bad. You should have
Hey,
picked something
hey.
better then.
I'll give you a
Yo.
chance to change it if you want to.
Well, look at it this way,
Okay,
Jack. There,
fine.
there are two animals in there, so it could have something to do with bestiality.
Well, yeah, but I don't know what would qualify as a funny living thing.
Okay, fine. That headline could very well say, "Picture this: Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer sodomizing Sonic
A porcupine,
the porcupine."
that would be funny.
Well, there you go. See?
That's the point. It's a spiky thing. Spiky things involving fucking is extremely is painful, and that's the funny part.
Frosted,
I'm just picturing
we're gonna
Jack
stick to
at-
reindeer and porcupine.
Just picturing Jack in the writer's room for some big sitcom.
Just tossing shit against a wall. Let's see what sticks.
and so
Reindeer and
then,
porcupine.
and so then he fucks something spiky. So if you want, you can change it. It's up to you.
Should I change it, Frosted?
Hey, that was your first answer. You don't get a do-over.
I say leave it alone.
Leave it.
Fine, leave it alone.
All right.
Terry, you're not going to win this one.
All right. So Jax is. Do you really love your monkey? Then stop bloody flinging them on the weekend. All right. And Moons. The new trend: deliver Christmas dildos, penetrate kids, murder them.
Ow!
Man, what's wrong with you, Moonshock? Jeez.
I know shit.
But we all
Seems to
know
be
what's
my-
wrong with him. He's got cancer.
Had.
All right, and Terry's.
It's a living thing.
I threatened to kick a reindeer in the balls on an Indian train while my porcupine said nothing.
See, that one works. What the hell? Is somebody cooking something?
Or is a bomb about
Yeah,
to go
like
off?
it is.
Yeah. You making a freaking? Never mind. We can't say that on TV.
You're
All
not
right.
on TV.
And Johnny's. It's not the gay savage down the street that fillets children.
Oh, we have a competition here now.
All
That's
right.
one of
That's
those
the thing
ones
that
that's
Chuck
fun.
wins.
It would probably win in a vacuum, but I don't know if I feel comfortable voting for that.
The gay savage. Is this feather pink?
All right, and
It's
I'll
rainbow
start
flavored.
It's
Paul-
Lacey.
started polling the chat so they can vote on which one is best.
Yeah, I think Johnny's is best.
I'm giving it to Moonshock.
Why, thank you.
I don't know.
sir.
I kind of like. I kind of like Terry's. Just the idea that you expect your porcupine to defend you. My porcupine just stood there and did nothing.
And then I fucked it.
Let's see. Moon's in the lead, 61%.
We have 25 people watching and only 19 likes. What's wrong with you
Moonshock, you're a
people?
married man. Don't talk to Kiva Dim about your stiffness.
She asked.
Why is Moonshock down with the stiffness?
Seemingly.
Why would it be me that's down with the stiffness?
You're the one talking about it in chat.
No, for fuck's sake. Okay, fine. I was sliced up in 2 different places, and both of them are still on the mend, but they are not hurting. But the skin is still a little bit stiff where the incisions were made. So there you go, fucker. I'm explaining it further. I'm getting the sympathy vote. Fuck you. I withdraw my words.
Moon is stiff. Vote for him.
Ah, damn.
All right. I think I'll end it there. So it looks like Moon wins the 55% of the vote. 54.
Thank you for your ever so gracious votes.
All right. Now,
all for a new trend.
Well, and I also wanted to say thank you to the anonymous donor who just donated. That was very generous of you, and I really, really do appreciate it. Thank you so much.
all right. And this article isn't Christmas still. Is the Lion King racist?
Yeah.
Hell yes, it is. Oh, but for not the reasons that are obvious, of course.
What, the Lion King the musical?
Jeffrey
no worries.
Cass. Let me look up this person, Jeffrey Cass.
The characters in the real life story were humans, not animals.
Oh God, is that him?
What does that even mean? They're fictional. They're talking animals, for Christ's sake.
Oh my God,
They're
that
not-
is him.
They're not people.
Oh.
They're fiction. It's not real. You understand it's not real, right?
Oh,
No,
this guy looks like a
The
total
movie starts with
douchebag.
based on a true story, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Lions.
frosted! You are really gonna get annoyed the fuck out by this guy.
He
All right,
was
so
Wait, hold on. Is Frosty gonna get annoyed, or are you gonna get annoyed?
oh no. Here, I will put this right now into chat. Right there, Frosted and Terry, have fun with that guy.
Yeah.
Go
Jews for
Jews!
Black Lives, eh?
Go Jews! Go!
Go Jews, go!
Got a pair of glasses out of a vending machine.
Makes my skin all clammy.
Almost every other picture of this guy, he's got like this electric blue glasses. They look really fucking stupid on him too.
Keeverdam says, "By heard it ripped off Kimba the White Lion." Frosted, I know you watch Your Movie Sucks, so there's at least a 90% chance that you watched the 3-hour documentary he did about why that's wrong.
Yeah.
Dax, Mr. X, I was expecting him sitting on a couch surrounded by 4 black guys.
There you go.
The TLDR of that is basically just that the things that they say it rips off are either really vague or just
God.
just tropes and that
Yeah.
aren't necessarily ripped off, and the parts that are like extremely similar come from a 1997 Kimba movie. In other words, a few years after The Lion King.
He's written a book called The Rona Diaries.
Well, a lot of it, I think, is that there was, I think a big component of the argument was that there is so much material present that it's fairly easy to find stuff that kind of matches up by the sheer
God.
volume of material you can cherry pick from.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just glad I heard Frosted's version and not the full 3-hour version, because I think I've got the idea. I don't need painful detail on.
Although
everything.
some of the clips from the Kimba show have very very entertaining voiceovers.
This guy's the subtitle on this guy's The Rona Diaries, One World, Two Pandemics says daily stories and thoughts on the corona and racism viruses.
I was hoping you were going to say Daily Stormer at first.
That actually works.
It would be great if this guy like Jews for Black Lives and turns out he's on Stormfront.
I wear the shirt ironically.
We've all sat with our kids to watch the iconic cartoon movie The Lion King.
I
I
haven't.
Except for those without kids.
Yeah.
Frankly, I don't give a fuck. There you go. Done.
I mean, I sat with someone's kids. All right. The 2019 remake is the largest grossing animated movie of all time, 1.7 billion and counting.
That movie sucked.
Inflation, though.
Yeah.
That
That's
movie
just
was
because of
fucking
inflation.
terrible.
If it was not inflated currency, so you like in terms of 1994 money, it probably is way less than the cartoon.
Also, keep in mind, it was even if it did make the most money, it still wouldn't be a good movie. It would still be
Yeah.
dog shit. I was working at a movie theater when all of those Disney remakes started coming out. The in quotes real life the remakes, and the reaction to them was never good. It was always just kind of like there are certain movies you get a sense for these movies that you just go in and you don't really get anything out of it, and then you walk out of the movie theater and you've already forgotten what you just watched.
I mean,
And that was a lot of those movies. It's really kind of sad when you think about it.
like The Lion
Yeah.
King is my favorite Disney movie, which is why I refuse to see the.
It's ridiculous how like empty these movies are.
And I refuse to see the Broadway show too. I don't want to see people doing bad imitations of performances I love.
Actually, it's funny you mention that because I technically have already seen it. Before it was a Broadway show, they were actually performing it at Disney World, and I saw it then. And I was a little kid at the time. I was probably around 8 years old, but I remember it was pretty good.
It was on Broadway. It wasn't good.
Also, I have kind of a boner for what's his name, Jeremy Irons. So,
oh my god,
a straight boner,
So
mind you, but still.
You have a
at
man boner. It's different.
Looking at the calculator, the inflation calculator, it's grossing at 986 million in 1994 money, would translate to 1.85 billion now.
Okay.
it's sad that money has basically fallen by almost 100% in value since then.
How much of that was just in the last 2 years?
Well, yeah, that is very true.
I mean, God, if you can, what was that lie about? If you keep money in a bank, it will gain value over time.
Not.
Total bullshit. Total bullshit.
It depreciates just like every other money.
Let's see. The popular Broadway version of the show marks its 25th year this month.
Don't care.
It's a fascinating story of a young lion, Simba, the son and heir of King Mustafa.
Don't care.
Mustafa's.
Mustafa.
Yep, it says Mustafa.
You mean Mufat?
It's
But it's
Oh my
Mufasa.
good God! If this guy can't even get this shit right, just imagine how bad his books are.
And
Mustafa? Are you a fucking retard or what?
and
Yes.
that's not a one-time thing. He seems to do it almost every time.
Did he spell?
Mustafa's brother plots to take the throne by luring Mustafa into a stampede of wildebeests.
Oh,
Wildebeest
God.
spelled right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Mustafa dies, but
The only part that's spelled correctly.
Mustafa
God.
dies, but young Simba survives and leaves the kingdom. Simba returns to his home years later as an adult to reclaim his rightful place.
I'm also expecting this guy to spell Simba wrong. He was like, it's Mustafa and Sibma.
Musafa and Samba.
Sigma.
Samba.
Hmm, hmm.
It's a dance. It's a dance.
One might think the movie is just a cute fictional tale about the king of the jungle. Another story of good beating out bad.
Beating.
It turns out Disney didn't make up the story. In real life, the characters in the movie weren't animals. They were real African heroes and people who played important roles in the lives and freedom of West Africans.
They're animated
I'm
characters.
going to say X'd out. As
Yeah.
people have pointed out repeatedly in chat, it's clearly based on Hamlet.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know,
It's like
the
It is.
African Macbeth.
This was a completely stolen story, and these
The-
fuckers made billions on it.
African play Hamlet.
Oh,
But guys, Shakespeare was black, most definitely.
Yeah.
wouldn't that be
Checkmate,
William
he's got us
Blackspear?
No, but that's all a lie, though. It's not based on Hamlet, as we're about to find out. The Lion King is really about the story of the great human African king, Sundiata Keita, known as the Lion of Mali.
Well, Moonshock, it's got lion right there in his title. It must be true.
Ah, I see what you did there.
King Sundiata was the founder of the great Malian Empire, which in the 1200s was the greatest kingdom in all of Africa and home to the largest library in the world. It contained over 20,000 manuscripts covering centuries of history.
Right, because advanced civilizations in Africa existed before the white man came along, right?
You know, I think that there is validity to this argument because, you know, like the king, Simba lost his father early on.
Oh, Simba didn't die. He went out for cigarettes.
Yep. Yeah, because I'm sure that a bunch of American animators at Disney, I'm sure that they were thinking more of King Sundiata of Mali compared to Hamlet.
You know, I haven't been able to find it since, but there was years ago. Somebody actually made a GIF of the monkey who lifted him up. He threw him off the fucking cliff.
Yeah.
He basically became the king.
Let's see. Sundiata's story was passed on by African griots? I don't know. Oral storytellers for generations. Wait, I thought they had the biggest library. Why does it have to be orally?
It's library. Thank you very
It's
much.
more fun that way.
Yeah.
Thank you, Spud, for your donation, my friend. I really appreciate it.
The library with all the books about Musafa.
Musafa, that's still just. Oh my god, this guy! I tell you.
Sundiata's story was passed on by African griots, oral storytellers, for generations, but was also recorded in writings 100 years after Sundiata's death. The saga starts with King Nair Magan Konadi, the real human Musafa. He had a son, Sundiata, who was prophesied to become a great leader. But Sundiata's resentful and jealous half-brother Dankaran Tuman, aided by his mother, wanted the throne to himself. When King Konade died, Tuman exiled the young Sundiata, who was born weak and unable to walk. Eventually, the kingdom was taken over from Tuman by a ruthless and oppressive king.
This sounds
that's
exactly.
where Timon and Pumbaa comes from. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This sounds exactly like the story. I don't see any differences at all.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Mm.
Especially compared to Hamlet, which is nothing like the story.
No,
Mhm.
not at all.
You know, where the uncle kills the king and takes over. Sundiata got word the king was abusing his people and, like Simba in the film, returned to claim the throne. He liberated the kingdom and gave his people renewed freedom. His West African kingdom became the richest empire in the history of the world by standards of the day.
And they sold slaves.
Yeah, you don't remember that part from The Lion King?
That's probably how they actually made their money, honestly.
Yes, richer than even the United States.
Wrong. What, at the time, perhaps, when the United States didn't exist? Yeah, that would have made sense.
Mali, which introduced cotton and weaving to the world, dominated in gold, agriculture, consumer goods, and trade for hundreds of years until civil war eventually spelled demise for the kingdom long after Sundiata's death. You might be asking yourself, what's so racist about the Lion King?
The answer's nothing.
Yeah, there's nothing, because it's not the story that you're talking about, dude.
It's completely the same.
Oh,
Well,
yeah, absolutely.
Well, the thing is, Disney doesn't use animals to depict other cultures' heroes.
Oh, bullshit, they don't.
In Mulan, Disney animated real people. The movie is an action drama based on the Chinese folk story Ballad of Mulan. It tells of Hua Mulan, the eldest daughter. Ahua! Mulan
It's
was
actually
Ahua!
That is actually pronounced fa.
Would you like to hear a list of all the examples of people being depicted as animals in stories? Because it happens across the board, pretty much everywhere on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
No, only the black people.
Also, has anyone seen Disney's Robin Hood? You know, the story based on white people where they're all animals?
No, it doesn't exist. Never existed. Sorry.
Those are actually black people. For us.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not really a fox. He's just black.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, they're stealing from everyone. So I mean, yeah.
Yeah, he's black because he was a red fox, and red fox would die.
Checkmate.
See?
Robin Hood was black.
I said, hey.
Robin Hood and Maid Ratchet. It tells of Hua Mulan, the eldest daughter.
It's Fa, not Hua.
It says Hua. Where is it far from?
Yeah.
You're doing a literal. It's Hua.
The eldest daughter.
Right.
The eldest daughter of an honored warrior who pretends to be a man so she can take her sick father's place during an encounter with a rival army. Disney didn't rewrite the Chinese story to make it about pandas. It kept the real people and told the real story.
Wow.
In the movie Pocahontas, real people were also depicted. While the movie's story seems to veer from what in real life are at best disputed events about whether Pocahontas sided with the English or not, the fact is Disney didn't replace her or her father, Powhatan, a ruler of 30 tribes, with deer or antelope.
Oh my God, who cares?
Well, doesn't she say, does she call, because there are non-people depicted in that movie, does she call them like her ancestors at all, or I forget, how does she refer to them?
And she talks to her living tree grandmother just like in the real story.
Oh God, now he's gonna pull Moana into this too. You stupid bastard.
As long as he leaves Ariel alone.
I don't give a shit about Moana.
I've never seen Moana. I don't want to.
You're not missing
me neither.
much.
In the film Moana, real Polynesian people and not animals were also animated. Doesn't it have a giant crab that does a musical number?
I've not seen Moana either.
Yeah, I could not give less of a shit about modern Disney.
No.
Disney made it. Oh, must miss.
It's a story.
So woke. Go ahead.
It's a story of an adventurous teenager sailing on a daring mission to save her people. The movie explores Moana's various adventures on the open sea. In the end, Moana discovers her own identity. While the movie takes place on a fictional island 3,000 years ago, I thought these were based on real stories. It's based on the very real heritage and history of the Polynesian islands of Hawaii, Samoa, Tonga, and Tahiti. Yet Disney still didn't depict Moana as one of the many animals indigenous to the islands. The filmmaker used real people to show their culture in a human way.
And still got shit for it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Disney isn't all bad. It regularly tells the stories of great humans of many cultures. Problem is that it deviates when it comes to Africans. Only recently has Disney Plus finally begun offering a collection of black character-focused stories like Princess Tiana and T'Challa.
I like how the author is conflating black people with Africans.
Well, they're the same thing, really.
Yeah, you know, that famous African tale of the Princess and the Frog. I similarly applaud Disney for recently using a black character in the new Little Mermaid. But Hollywood's animation filmmakers should also endeavor to tell rich, authentic African stories rather than fictionalize them with animals, so little black kids can enjoy the same good feelings about people who look like them. Just as
it just occurred to me. The reason that Disney keeps saying like the first gay character is because they keep making shitty movies with all the ideological shit in it, and nobody remembers them. So they can just keep getting away as long as they keep producing really shitty movies.
Yeah.
Because no one remembers the first gay character from a Disney movie, because the first gay character in every Disney movie is just a shit movie.
It's not like you can't have like good gay characters or something. Like in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, Gay Perry, Val Kilmer's character. He's like a badass. He's the most competent character in that movie. And like he has no problem with like gay jokes or anything like that. I don't know. That's okay. Movie makers should also start telling African history so white kids who watch these movies finally understand the truth that many black cultures have centuries of beautiful, meaningful stories as well.
That we could give two shits about.
Yeah. The Lion King writers claim the story was inspired by Shakespeare's Hamlet, a claim I seriously doubt. But either way, I will not provide any details on why I doubt it. I will just say I doubt it.
I'll doubt it.
I will not actually address any of their criticism as to how the two stories are related. Instead, I'll throw in this totally unrelated story that has nothing to do with the Lion King and say it's the same thing.
King Sundiata of Mali is much more famous than Hamlet.
That's true.
But either way, we've ignored Africa's rich history for far too long. It'll benefit all of us to start showing black people as the humans they are.
Well, they have San Andreas. That was a good look into black culture.
Yeah. I love the, you gotta see characters that look like you. Like, my two favorite Disney movies are The Lion King and Lilo and Stitch. And I'm neither a lion nor a small Hawaiian girl.
That we know of.
You might be a space alien, but that has yet to be answered.
All right. So, at the end of the second article comes the second game, which is for the chat only, not Jack. And that is the caption con. Where I'll show a photo of a political figure or event, and the chat has to come up with a caption for it. Whichever one we like best, I'll tweet out after the show. Alright, so this week we have a little picture of the greatest hero to ever address Congress. Giving a weird little whisper or kiss in Pelosi's ear.
You know, I would love to know that if the Ukraine is in the middle of this big war, why the fuck did he actually leave the country to come and address ours?
To ask for money.
Other than the obvious.
Because his country's in the middle of a war.
I don't even think this motherfucker's actually been there the whole time. I mean, every time you see an appearance, it looks like it's some CGI bullshit where he's like green screened behind him.
Every time you see a picture of his face, it looks like he just snorted a boatload of cocaine.
Yeah, he's yet another one of those people that has got a very punchable face. You know, and I am actually, and this is I'm very rarely am I offended, but the fact that they put this motherfucker's flag in our House of Representatives, where no other foreign flag should ever be seen. That I find that very offensive. Yeah, these motherfuckers are touting that like, "Ooh, this is the best thing ever." That is so fucking stupid.
Seeing that picture reminds me of the picture that's been going around Twitter. Is like, there, that wasn't so bad, was it? Now let's talk about that $47 billion.
Yeah, and why do we keep sending them money? Why?
Well, because of Hunter Biden.
Yeah, they gave his kid a job. Yeah.
I mean, the closest thing I can see to this is that they are blackmailing the fuck out of Biden because they have dirt on him. And if he doesn't keep paying them billions of dollars, he's going to be exposed. That's the only thing I can see about this. Otherwise, why the fuck are we sending this some piece of shit country money?
Lose the dentures next time you blow me.
Ew.
I will only fuck you for $10 billion. Although there's
that may not be a caption. I
Yeah.
think that might be an offer.
yeah, maybe Tyrannius is just having a conversation in chat. Tell Joe I want unmarked bills and his daughter in my room tonight.
Oh.
Let's see. Good Sunday morning to you too, baby.
I like that one.
Yuck.
After what we did in bed last night, I want double.
And you're
In Ukraine, you make good money as whore. You know all this money you are sending me is making me horny for you. Yeah, I fucked the old bitch for a couple $1 billion more. I will expect a check under my hotel door in 3 hours and your massive titties, daddy like. You people don't understand how much of a joke you look to the rest of the world. Which side do I wipe my ass with? Hunter has the best nose candy.
As a fellow lich, I am privileged to certain truths.
Let's see.
That's my favorite one so far.
It still has the stank on it.
Oh.
You smell like vodka and shame. It reminds me of home. You sure your currency is going to have any value within a year? Think Joe will give me all the money next time? Fellow lich, I am privileged to certain truths. Can you pound my ass like that home invader did your husband's ass?
Oh.
In Soviet Ukraine, Congress fucks you. 20 billion and all we get is this fucking flag. I played the piano and you with the same penis. Got a lot so far, so I think I'll cut it off there.
A pissed off Shitsu says, "Don't shine a black light on this."
Oh, they were. Oh, okay, there it is.
Ask Paul if he's free.
All right, so which one do you guys like best?
Oh, I like that. I like that lich one, but then again, I also like that last one. Ask Paul if he's free.
Yeah, I like Ebony's.
Yep, ask Paul if he's free. That one will get mine.
Jack?
Sure, I'll go for that one.
She got it right in at the end, too.
There's a lot of good ones in here. I do want to give.
Want to give what?
Jack went bye-bye.
This isn't the Cat Congress. You're not allowed to leave yet.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, Johnny?
I think my vote will make it unanimous with.
There you go.
All right. Well, I think it's pretty good too. So, I think Ebony wins this week.
Paul Pelosi, I want your penis.
Clip it.
Copy that down to tweet.
You know,
later.
Mr. Dax did make a good point. Johnny is prohibited.
I didn't say anything.
It says at the bottom. It says not Johnny.
Yeah, he's not allowed. He's not allowed to comment in chat. He did.
Oh, he's gone.
Oh,
Reoffended him.
Oh,
Reoffended him.
yay!
Dun, 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 dun.
This is all Xbox Live's fault.
Yep.
Yeah.
He done lost his power or something. I don't know.
No, he got one too many pop-ups and he went insane. Probably went to Tuba Christmas. Probably.
Jack's off.
Alright. Doesn't come back soon. Like someone from the chat. Fill in.
Ooh, a Jack suppository?
Alright. So, now for our third article. Decolonizing consent.
Oh God.
His life on the list.
India Stewart. Oh, I gotta look this bitch up.
I think Gunsky didn't consent to this article. That's why he bailed.
I'm just waiting for Chris Rock to make a G.I. Jane 2 joke about this.
Oh,
Well, he just needs to make sure that Will's nowhere around this time.
Yeah.
where is your picture, you stupid whore? Let me find your ass. India Stewart. I am India. I'm named after a whole country. I hate people. Oh, she has 78 followers. Oh, India, she is a black southerner born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia. She feels most alive inside of waterfalls and always talking about missing somewhere.
If you live in the United States, you don't get to call yourself a southerner. I'm way further south.
All right. I'm
So
I'm
far
trying to
south,
find-
it's imaginary.
trying to
Yeah.
find a picture of her, but I'm coming up short, so just keep I'll find something.
You know what I think we should do? I think we should get Johnny Hellcat to fill in for Jack Gunsky since he left.
I completely agree. Well, BG, no, everybody doesn't hate me back, just some people. India Stewart.
Recently, a flyer for a reggaeton event in my city listed a code of conduct detailing where to park, entry fee, and most importantly, don't fucking touch anyone without their consent.
Okay, I won't. I don't anyway.
While the event planners surely made the statement in good faith, anyone who has gone to a reggaeton, soca, or any Afro-Caribe,
James Colley says hi.
short for Afro-Caribbean, function knows that "can I dance with you" or even "can I touch you here" is rarely asked.
That is a creepy question to ask someone.
Uh-huh.
Can I touch you?
That's just fucking wrong.
Can I touch you here?
Pistol Shooter says hi.
What is more common is a person winds their...
Spudgun says hi.
What is more common is a person winds their waist and someone walks up behind them and pushes their crotch onto the other person's behind.
The fuck is that?
Is this non-consensual because no one was asked?
I'm gonna send this picture to you, Moon, just because I looked up India Stewart, and this is what came up.
You bastard.
What is
That
it?
works. That is definitely an Indian steward. It's basically an Indian man who's a steward.
What are the non-verbal consensual rules black and brown folk apply in Afro-Carib spaces? And how do we know when someone has crossed a line? In order to answer those questions, it's important to know that affirmative consent, when you ask before touching or kissing with someone, entered the mainstream because universities want to limit the number of sexual assault cases at their schools. These universities began to include affirmative consent in their freshman orientation, hopes of limiting the amount of sexual assault cases and improving their school's reputation.
Holy shit.
But
Sorry. No. Sorry. I did not mean to say that out loud. I just looked at the picture of a very, very large gap-toothed old woman.
Stacey
You know what?
Abrams?
I'm gonna. Oh no! I actually, since I can't find one for this chick, I'll go ahead and send you guys this picture right here. One moment. Here you go. Enjoy. That is not India Stewart, but I thought I would. That picture came up when I looked for India Stewart on an image search.
Oh, it's Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Unfortunately, nothing about affirmative consent considers trauma. Many sexual assault survivors are shamed for not saying no, as if that would have stopped the attacker in their tracks. Nor
Well, if you've got to opt for affirmative consent, it would have.
Nightmare fuel.
Nor focuses on healing for survivors. Affirmative consent is of course not all bad, but it does support institutions in their attempts to paint situations and survivors as either angels or devils, according to whether or not they explicitly and clearly said no.
Will says that Jack lost his internet.
But, I mean, whether or not you say no is a pretty important point in terms of whether or not you were raped.
Yeah.
What do you mean, Terry? What does that have to do with anything?
Oh, sorry. I guess I'm being bigoted.
Come on. No means maybe, okay?
No means meh.
Oh, we're going to get the other Johnny Hellcat on, are we?
Oh, I don't know.
No, you said sent a message to Will to check Discord.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the other Johnny Hellcat.
Furthermore, affirmative consent reinforces the criminal justice system, which fails to prosecute even the most egregious sexual assaults, i.e. Brock Turner, the white Stanford student caught in the act of assaulting an unconscious woman, but still received no jail time.
Oh.
As black and brown radicals, it is our job to think of possibilities for community accountability and care outside of institutions and courtrooms. Our work is to make safer and consensual spaces possible for BIPOC of all genders and sexualities.
BIPOC. Oh, now Spud wants to be on the show. Whoa. That's not BIPOC. That's IBPOC.
Huh?
IBPOC.
Yeah.
IBPOC.
IBPOC.
Is this another Musafa?
Yes, it's a Musafa. It's the night of Musafa. It's IBPOC. Wow. IBPOC. Wow. How can you get that wrong?
I don't know.
That in and of itself is a gigantic virtue signal of the BIPOC, but now it's like IBPOC.
Maybe it's like the LGBT thing where different people just use different letters and different orders.
But the thing is, BIPOC itself means something completely different. You can't put IBPOC and mean the same thing.
You can, because
actually, yeah, I guess you can. Yeah.
It's black and indigenous people of color. It doesn't really matter if you go indigenous and black people of color.
Indigenous. You know, Son and I were talking about this the other night when we were talking about, you know, if everybody was like to go back to their own wherever countries of origin and whatnot, and she'd be like, yeah, well, the Native Americans. Like, thing is though, the Native Americans, they got killed off rather easily. It only took a little bit of diseases to kill their asses off, and now they're slowly dying off anyway. But it's like manifest destiny, all that kind of shit. You know, and I'm not going to say they allowed themselves to be defeated, but they just didn't have the wherewithal to stand against the forces that did take over.
Well,
So
Lou Perez had a whole bit where he was talking about, you know how whichever sporting team wasn't allowed to use the name Indians anymore. Lou Perez was saying, well, yeah, why would you want to name yourself after them? They lost. They're losers.
Exactly. Indians, well, unless they're talking about dot, not feather, but still.
Ironically, they were also a victim of pox.
Those indigenous pox.
There are cultural barriers to affirmative consent as well. Black folk across the Americas, in the United States as well as the Afro-Caribbean, dance with our hips so close and embrace our sexuality uninhibited. In other words, affirmative consent can feel rigid, awkward, and white.
Well, it feels rigid and awkward on purpose. Like they want people to be discouraged from doing anything.
And another thing, there's another thing. There would be no black people in the Caribbean if the whites hadn't brought them over as slaves. They were in no way, shape, or form native to that land. So before people start virtue singing about that bullshit too, check your history there, pal, because they would not be there if it wasn't for the whites that brought them over. Because slavery and all that. But do your research here a little bit more. Thank
I
you.
was gonna say, wasn't there a vast population of Irish there too?
And I also love how that is completely overlooked too. The fact that the Irish, as indentured servants, were treated far worse than the slaves ever were, and they did that for a hell of a lot longer than we had slaves. But that just is conveniently forgotten.
White people don't count.
No, apparently not. Because white people make the worst slaves ever, right?
Hey, we're good slaves.
only to the elite.
Does that mean that black and brown people should just throw consent out the window?
Yes.
Obviously, it would be great if the article just ended there. Obviously not. Our issue is the lack of discussion around what nonverbal consent and a nonverbal no can look like.
Actually, it would have been better if it stopped the article at the word obviously. Obviously, done.
Thanks for filling in, other Johnny.
Oh, happy to help out.
We have 2 African American cats.
Yeah.
All
You sound like hell, Will. You okay?
Yeah, just a little dry.
All right.
I mean, it would be kind of disturbing if you said you were a little wet.
I'm a kitty cat and I'm okay.
Let's see. The Metropolitan Organization to Counter Sexual Assault has created an easy and helpful chart explaining what qualifies as nonverbal consent.
The MOXA? The Metropolitan Organization, is that MOXA?
So if you're making out with some chick, you just have to consult the chart, in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Okay, this woman continuously loves to put IBPOC instead of BIPOC or BIPIC.
Well, that resource is a great template to build off of. IBPOC consent could be a creolized consent.
Well, the original, actually, I did a little bit of research on this. The original was the Metropolitan Association to Stop Sexual Assault, but that kind of seemed a little bit weird. It spells massa.
Well,
Massa?
that ends the kept had a problem with the men there actually committing sexual assault. So,
but I'm sure they're male feminists. You could be safe around them.
exactly.
A Creole language is a mix of 2 languages, resulting in the creation of a new and unique way of relating to one another.
Yeah, French.
Creolized consent could include aspects of affirmative consent combined with our own cultural ways of relating to each other. In Creole, French is mixed with different African languages that the enslaved Africans spoke before colonization.
Oh, clearly they're talking about Crayola. They just spelled it wrong.
Yeah.
In Crayola French.
So is it wee wee?
Well, if you're talking in pidgin, it would be like in Creole, the French did the poo poo and they mixed with the different languages.
Why are you gay?
Tell us why are you gay?
No, it's about consent. So it's about consent. So it's, can you be gay?
So in pidgin, can I touch you? Is I will touch you there. No, there is no asking. I do.
Decolonizing consent by combining affirmative consent, can I touch you here, and nonverbal consent may be the way forward.
As in a nudge.
There's a painting that hangs in most Black American households called Sugar Shack by Ernie Barnes. In this paint,
Why you touch him dead?
now, all Black people own this painting. All right, let's see.
Yeah, they're a cultural artistic monolith.
In this painting, Black folk are shown grinding their hips close in a 70s juke joint. This piece of art serves as proof that, across the diaspora, even our elders got down and dirty when they danced. It is important to remember that no form of consent is meant to be anti-fun or drive a wedge between us. It's a way to
Bullshit.
It's a way to remain authentically ourselves while respecting each person's bodily autonomy. Black
You're
sexuality.
trying to mix affirmative consent with nonverbal consent, and anybody who gets confused or misunderstands is accused of rape.
Correct.
But yeah, we're all about the fun here.
As long as you own this painting and can speak Creole, you'll be able to have sex with Black people.
Well, I mean, if I don't own the
As long
painting,
as
I'm
they're
not
grinding.
Black, right?
Let's see. Black
Wait, does
sexuality.
that mean that anybody who didn't vote for Biden lost the painting too when they lost their melanin?
Yeah, it was repossessed. Black sexuality is often stigmatized in dialogues about safe versus risky sex and sex education. Thus, the angel versus devil binary that many survivors are forced into is unforgivingly brutal to Black women. For instance, the emphasis on pregnancy prevention for Black teenage girls demonizes young Black mothers rather than advocating for free community college in that state or affordable childcare. What was that, Terry?
No, I'm just laughing.
Let's see. This culture of sexual shame is virulently anti-Black. Tarana Burke, founder of the #MeToo movement, and a survivor herself, has constantly reminded the public about the experiences of Black survivors, which were eclipsed by mostly white Hollywood celebrities' accounts of sexual assault.
The fuck? Here's an actual headline from the BBC Pigeon. Why Nigeria Senate no pass the 2023 budget on Friday?
You
What
think that's
indeed the New Zealand PM insult way they sell New Zealand 100,000 for auction? What?
you think those are really just written by Stormfront or something to make Black people look stupid?
I think they're all written by AI.
It really looks like just a bunch of fucking letters put together. They just compare headlines. They're like, what is this going to say?
No, it's written by
Tony.
it's written by Downsy AI. Analyzing consent raises more questions.
Eve, that's bigoted and racist. Nobody should have to wait until marriage and graduation, especially not BIPIC.
Let them get married, and then the father can leave. Yeah, it's IBPOC.
IBPOC.
Yeah, become a single mother whenever you want. It's the government's job to give you free college and childcare.
Whoa! There's something called Ginger Me on the pigeon thing. The fuck! You stay away from gingers, motherfuckers.
Is that how they say
alive.
gay?
No, it's like right underneath where it says Ginger Me, it says basket mouth announced separation from im wife Elsie Okpacha.
No one should ever be ginger. That is an unforgivable crime.
The fuck does that have fuck all to do with gingers?
Soul havers will be the first against the wall.
Damn right.
I sold mine ages ago.
That explains the discount I got when I purchased one.
Yeah.
Analyzing consent raises more questions than answers.
Cannibalistic when it says at least wait until they leave grade school.
Tell that to the teachers.
Well, I mean, Daddy left grade school to go get the cigarettes and didn't come back too. So
Analyzing.
Whatever happened to sending kids to go buy them for you?
Well, then the kids would leave.
The kids never came back.
That's just backwards.
I seem to recall referencing that used to send the kids to the store for the cigarettes and everything, which is where they messed up when they stopped letting the kids buy them. The parents had to go and couldn't find their way back.
Jesus, James. 240s and a bucket of chicken does more for black consent than this fucking article. That's horrible.
Fred Quisha does more for black consent.
Fred Quisha.
Oh, God.
Analyzing consent raises more questions than answers, such as, how has affirmative consent failed black women in the past and the present? What other common aspects of Afro-Carib and black U.S. culture are non-consensual, i.e. catcalling? And how can So catcalling is all black people? Does that mean white people can stop hearing about it?
Wait. So does this mean if I call either Johnny or Will, is that considered catcalling?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just want to make sure.
They're both black and they're both cats, so yeah.
Yeah, see, so apparently I'm not allowed to call either of them. So, Will, I'm going to have to give you back your phone number, pal. Sorry.
You never call anyway.
You would make a good mother, Willet, Fortune. All right. Let's see. And how can we call in our community members? All of this to say, as radicals, we know that the state does not keep us safe. We keep us safe. Nonverbal and affirmative consent should not be reactive conversations. Instead, they must be ongoing so that we can merengue, bachata, and salsa, holding one another close with joy and rhythm without harm.
Are we sure that the author's not the racist one?
And
it's got Latinx as a tag.
And if we can't bachata, then what's the point?
I know, right? I like Johnny's new picture that I just noticed.
Oh, that's the that's the India steward.
All right. And now it's time for the final game of the night.
Terry's favorite.
Yes.
And that is Poe or No Gender Edition, where I'll give you 3 genders, 2 of which are from the LGBTIA wiki, meaning they're 100% real, and 1 I made up, and you have to figure out which one is made up.
Hey, Scarecrow, come here.
You're not doing a Christmas celebration of D and E?
Oh, I mean, that was for the 100th episode.
Oh, I see.
B, non-final answer.
He hasn't even seen him yet. He's gonna go in the middle.
I'm not gonna do any better after seeing them. So
that is very true.
All right.
Trick question. They're all made up.
I think we need to get Gunsky back so I can ask Braniel what the correct answer is before I vote.
Well, he's not at Braniel's place though.
No, he was at his own.
Yeah,
which accounts for why his internet went out.
Have him call it in. Maybe he's going
have him ring up Braniel. Tell me what Braniel thinks the right answer is, and then that's my guess.
All right. Well, catcalling is black. What about muffin calling?
Misogynistic.
It's bland.
All right.
That's Baker. That's Baker sexual.
So gender A. Gift gender.
Oh God.
Xenogender that feels as if it is connected to gifts and Christmas.
No.
Gender B. Winter bun gender.
What?
A xenogender that relates to winter and soft, cozy bunny things.
Oh my God.
What?
Snowshoe rabbits. There's
Uh-huh.
that's your snowshoe rabbit furry gender right there.
Okay, now if C isn't like Santa sexual, I'm going to be very disappointed.
And gender
C, that's a sexual.
gender C. Max gender.
What?
Pictogender related to the Grinch's dog Max. Involves frequent
Oh my
shifts.
God.
Involves frequent shifts between holiday depression and cheerfulness.
Fucking reach much? Good God.
All right, and I'll start a poll in the chat so they can get in on it too. And don't forget, one of the options is that they're all real.
I would actually say C, but
Which one do you think's
you know,
real?
you know damn well that there's some
Or
crazy
should I,
motherfucker out
which
there.
one do you
who's-
think's fake?
Yeah.
Yeah, the C thing though is it's too on the nose. It's too outrageous.
But Will, we're talking about Frosted here.
Hmm.
I
Or
know.
are they all
I'm
real?
I'm still leaning in the direction of B.
I have my older son overhearing the one so he can help me pick.
All right,
Mm.
is the
As soon as it hit Max gender, he just glared at me like, "I hate you."
should we waylay the cursing for now?
The vote is somewhat evenly split. Yeah, I think A and all real are tied right now.
I did all real only because I have no explanation, just because.
All right, so Will.
I'm gonna stick with B. I think the C is just a little too over the top. Not that I don't think you are ingenious enough to come up with that, because you certainly are.
You know what I'm thinking. I'm thinking like a one step ahead on as far as what the flags would look like. Like A would be like a wrap present.
Well,
In a
stripes
in a
to
white
suggest
circle.
a wrapped present.
Yeah, in a white circle with like ribbon, like your typical colors, and then like winter bun. I have no idea, but Max gender would be like that chopped off horn that the Grinch put on his head.
Yeah, the sawdown horn.
In the
Antler,
middle,
yeah.
in the middle of a field of like green, red, and white.
All right, let's see. Moon.
I said all real.
Terry.
Yeah, I'll go with B.
And Johnny.
Beings that he's still glaring at me for it, I'm just gonna pick C just out of being because he's family.
Solidarity with the kid, yeah.
Mhm.
I love if he's glaring at you because he is Max gender and he's like, how dare they use my gender on the list?
Are you Max gender
Or is he min gender?
or are you winter bun gender?
He's gift gender. Now, he'd be like, I'm gift gender. Give me my presents, bitch.
Or are you gift gender? No, I meant you.
Like, Dad, I'm Santa sexual. You should have known already.
Antisexual.
Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah,
speaking of which, did anybody see that really fucking cringe video out of Canada about that Asian chick who talked to Mrs. Claus? It was
No.
all over Twitter. It is so goddamn cringe.
No.
It is ridiculously stupid.
I saw that on oh god, who was talking about it?
It is horrible.
It
Hellcat raised a yiffer.
Oh, the chat vote seems very close, but B is in the lead.
Well, those winter bun genders are yiffers, so
I think I'll end the poll there. It's like the chat went with B. All right. And the answer is C is fake.
you
Yeah.
bastard.
I knew it.
good going, kid.
Yep, Johnny was the only one who got it.
Well, Donnie's kid, really.
Yeah.
So what possessed you to even come up with that one, Froston?
I don't
Did
know.
you
He was
watch
watching the
Did you watch
Grinch
the
earlier
Grinch
today.
lately or something like it? You're like, you know what? I can make that motherfucker into a gender.
Well, I wanted
He
it to
had
be.
he had that Faith Hill Earth earworm going.
I wanted it to be Christmas related, and it had to be stupid enough to compete with Winter Bun gender.
You could have, well,
You
yeah,
could have done Santa sexual. Oh wait, that's probably out there.
yeah, probably like Santa gender, like somebody who identifies as a man riding in a sleigh.
I did Google Santa gender.
Oh my god! Of course you did. Let me guess, it exists.
I'm not sure.
Is it someone? Is it someone who has sex with reindeer?
No, that's Rudolph gender.
Of course.
Of course.
Well, he can feel it in his fingers, but not his toes.
All right, let's see some flags.
All right. Unfortunately, there's no winter bun gender, but there is a gift
Well, I
gender.
mean, it would just be a snowshoe rabbit on a field of
See, I knew it.
moons and lights.
Did I not call that? Did I not? Come on, admit it.
Well, all of them are striped, so that would it's halfway there, and then they put the gift thing on it.
Well, I
Yeah.
could do without that ridiculous red and yellow pattern is really bad on the eyes.
I know it's just
I'd have expected it to be red and green.
it's just a gift box on top of stripes, and yet they still managed to make it look ugly.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. But it's
Well,
just,
these are not stylists you're talking about here.
well, it's the shade. That red is more like a salmon, I guess you could say, and then that yellowish looks. Ugh.
Yeah,
They ain't the most creative individuals.
just make it so it stands out against the background is all.
Ugh. Yeah, that is god awful.
All right. And now,
James Cullis is a Santa gender is fucking old fat men who give gifts.
all right. And now it's time for our final article. Summoning Santa with the Ouija board was a terrible idea.
What?
Well, he's not dead. I mean, canonically, he's still alive. So
He's
why would
like-
Ouija board?
Who
help?
the Mary Claire? Oh god, I must look this person up. Just give me one more.
This sounds. I mean, this sounds like it could have been a headline from the first game.
Mary Claire.
And if you look at the photo for the author, she looks like the spider from Game of Thrones.
Oh
Oh,
god.
okay. I never saw that.
Oh, you guys are gonna fucking love this. Ugh.
I mean, I can see the picture on the screen, so
Oh no. You must see this.
He's saying it gets even better.
The image is
Oh, okay.
worse. The image is gigantic, so you're gonna have to shrink it down by holding control and down on your mouse wheel. But there is your picture right there.
Oh,
Oh, that is what is wrong with that head shape?
It's
oh,
a
it's
dude.
got the criminal head shit going on.
That is.
see,
I can't
this
look at
thing's
that
trying
anymore.
to run away from her by forming all those moles just to get that little extra distance.
Hey, we found your mystery cancer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well I can dig that shit out of my body myself. I don't need somebody else to do it. Oh God. Oh.
She, her. I write memoirs, feature articles, poetry, and more.
We wanted Santa Claus, not Satan Claus.
Never use a Ouija board if you're dyslexic.
There's the spider I was talking about, Terry.
Auntie,
Oh, okay.
Auntie Fester.
Oh, yeah, it does look the same.
Oh God.
Twins separated at birth.
Oh, and thank you very much, Keith, for the donation. I really do appreciate it. I really, really do. Thank you so much. And yeah, Merry Christmas to everybody, man. That's awesome. Thank you so much.
A true Christmas horror story.
Yeah, we just saw it in person. And her name is Mary Claire St. Francis.
The biggest problem was that most people involved didn't take the Ouija board seriously.
Or my Adam's apple.
Now, why would anybody not take a Ouija board seriously? They thought that it was merely fun and games. Playing with the Ouija boards is a bad idea, but messing around with Ouija boards when drunk, high, and having an orgy is an infinitely worse idea.
Especially if that thing is at the orgy, because
Yeah.
Yeah.
If that thing is the one with the legs open, they're like, right here, right here.
no wonder she had to get them drunk and high before she could have sex with them.
Do you want the herpessyphilades? Because that's how you get the herpessyphilades.
Oh.
Yeah.
Scarlet had obtained, most likely stolen, the board, and she knew the potential results of its use. Connor,
What?
Wait. Is Scarlet black? Is this a racial stereotype?
I don't know, could be.
Already says, so I am never going to an orgy.
Let's see.
Especially not one where alcohol and drugs are flowing freely.
Or if this author is there.
And Evolved Potato has a very good question. Who uses the Ouija board at an orgy?
Well,
There is a hole.
They're hoping to get Marilyn Monroe there.
Mm.
Also, one thing you'll learn as we go through the story, this author really knows how to bury the lead.
Is that what they're calling it now?
Let's see. Connor cranked up Marilyn Manson on the also most likely stolen 3-in-1 portable stereo system, and while he knew the seriousness of what we were messing with, also thought it hilarious.
Summon the soul of your soon-to-be aborted baby.
What is this? The 97?
Huh?
This is 1997.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, I think the last time this woman saw the number 97 was when she was about 8 years old.
I myself was quite aware of what we were fucking around with, but Jazz and the others didn't think much about it. Is she hanging out with the cast of Fresh Prince?
I was thinking the exact same thing.
we were bored and it sounded fun. It turns out that summoning demons wasn't as fun as some people had expected.
Wait. They were bored at an orgy, so they decided to play with a Ouija board.
It was a borgy.
Well, I mean, yeah, the author's at an orgy. You think anybody is having a good time?
True.
Yeah, everybody's
Bored is about the best thing to be there.
Everybody's in the exact opposite corner of the room from her.
I mean, yeah, I'm just trying to figure out who would have sex with this woman.
I mean, there are blind people out there.
Someone who was drunk and high.
Oh God! Is that the only way that can happen? Is if they get themselves all shit faced
Yes.
and drunk?
Well, this person, yes.
Maybe they're Santa sexual.
That or she gives the best blowjobs in the history, but even then,
Keep her away from reindeer is what he's saying.
Someone who likes soft, wobbly flesh.
Hey,
Nice segue.
there are people who like the big ones
with really low standards.
Yeah, she probably meets them at her weekly biopsy.
She's
I see what you did
she's a BBW, a big bovine woman.
there. Or a big, beautiful whale, I guess.
Could be.
Scarlett and Connor had finally found housing, if that's what we want to call the top floor of
They're
it.
squatters. They're squatters.
Yeah, squatters.
You know, maybe we found the author of the Cat Congress.
And she's bringing up new characters called Scarlett and Connor.
It's just it's orgy. It's just catnip she threw in the center of the carpet.
Because I think this author is crazier than the Cat Congress lady.
She has 519 followers. Yeah.
Scarlett and Connor had finally found housing, if that's what we want to call the top floor of an old, dingy house. Neither Jazz nor I lived there, but we hung out there a lot. The core group had always been me, Scarlett, Connor, and Jazz. We all knew that...
What about Will?
And Mimi and Drew and...
Uncle Phil?
Okay, so...
Watch out for your cornhole, man.
So Scarlett, Connor, and Jazz are her alternates?
They might just be her other personalities. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what he says. Yeah.
She couldn't think of names, so she decided to read clue cards.
Fat women need dick too.
We all knew that they wouldn't live here for long. None of us were.
Hey, sorry, I'm just read Keeves. It's like, well, James Cully says fat women need dick too, and then Keeves says, but they gotta pay.
We all knew that they wouldn't live here for long. None of us were, at that point, capable of the stability required to be able to secure living quarters. For a month or two, though, Scarlett had a crash pad, and although the landlord strictly forbade parties, she hosted them anyway. That happens to be why...
See, the cops are here.
Ah, shit.
Tyrannus Alexandrius, they are imaginary friends. They're only imaginary because, I mean, they used to be real, but she ate them.
Damn.
Terry, put the finger guns down.
He used a Ouija board to summon the cops. Let's see. That
They're
happened.
going after Santa. They're going after Santa because he went down somebody's chimney with.
Not consent.
Yeah, there's no consent for Santa to go down that chimney. He violated that chimney.
That happens to be why about 8 weeks later, Scarlett and Connor were evicted. That's what happened.
Have anything to do with blacks.
That's what happens when you use some grandma's home as a whorehouse.
Oh.
I mean, who hasn't been there? Come on.
I mean, didn't sound like anybody was paying, so does that really make it a whorehouse?
Yeah, it's more of a slut house. I don't know.
Hmm.
We made the bongs ourselves out of Coke bottles. None of us had any food, which didn't matter because there was no refrigerator to store anything in.
And they
Thankfully,
didn't have teeth from all the meth they were doing anyway. So
yeah.
Meth mouth is real.
And this is how San Francisco was founded.
Thankfully, there was a fish and chips shop across the street, and someone always made just enough money to shout a round of fish and chips.
How they whore themselves?
There was a strict
You've
division.
seen the author who's paying.
Moon, we're getting to that. There was a strict division of labor within our ranks. If you were a person with a penis, you sold drugs. But if you had a vagina, you rented that vagina to anyone who was there who would fuck you.
Ding, ding, ding.
So it was a whorehouse. Okay.
Mhm.
yeah.
This was how we survived, and this is how we obtained what we needed. Scarlett happened to have obtained this space right around Christmas, and in order to make Christmas interesting for what was essentially a street gang of young thugs, we all pooled our resources. There were sheets hung or cardboard boxes creating makeshift cubicles. Mattresses on the floor were for convenience. I'm not sure why we bothered, since everyone fucked everyone else. Some people
Yeah, James Colley, you're right. So it is not an orgy. This is nothing but pay for sex. This is nothing to do with orgies.
Some people like me were more reserved when it came to such things. Yeah, that's why no one fucked you.
Hmm.
I was fine with prostitution. I saw that as a business transaction. But sex by choice was a different matter. Although I allowed it.
Prostitution is fine, sex isn't. That's a weird standard.
Mm-hmm.
Although I allowed any guy with a tenor to have sex with me, I was a lesbian.
No. Sorry, you're not gonna pull that bullshit, bitch. No, sorry.
Okay, Riley Dennis.
Yeah.
I spent my
Okay,
time.
Riley.
I spent my time cuddling up with the women, despite the fact that they had boyfriends.
Yeah, because no man would want to fuck that.
My favorite was Kelly, and luckily for me, Kelly was bi-curious. She was gorgeous.
Curious in the fact that whether or not that thing had a dick.
Yeah, curious as in like, what the hell are you? Right. She was gorgeous and I wanted her. But I had to... That just makes me think like you want to make a skin suit out of her. But I had to be willing to share her. Kelly wasn't going to leave her boyfriend, but she would also be fine with having a girlfriend at the same time. Kelly's boyfriend, Alfie, was okay with trying it out. But after a week or so, Kelly decided she thought she was probably straight.
I'm gonna have to see about
just
if I
because
can
you
get.
don't want to have sex with that doesn't mean you don't like women.
Yeah, I was going to say, are you sure, or was she just saying that?
Yeah, with enough moles to make a constellation. I mean, I wouldn't want to touch that thing either.
Yes.
It's lumpier than moldy cheese.
Oh.
but Orion's belt would have snapped. I suppose
She's only heterosexual during working hours.
I suppose I'm thankful to have been the woman she figured it out with. I myself wasn't sure.
You're the reason why she figured out she was straight.
You're the reason she's gonna have a flashback from back when she was on drugs, and then she's gonna be like, "Oh God, I'll never want to do that again."
She's probably still trying to wash the dirt off her skin.
It's like, congratulations.
Not clean.
Like, congratulations, you're her rock bottom.
Yeah.
I myself,
She's one step
Jay
below
Sherman's
rock
first
bottom.
assistant.
I myself wasn't sure quite how I felt about polyamory, but that didn't much matter because we were thugs that followed our base instincts. I
So
could,
is polyamory when you do it with an otter?
yes, I could change from day to day, and because I have dissociative identity disorder, I was
So they
essentially,
will all have other identities.
I was
I
essentially,
called it.
I was essentially polyamorous anyway. I mean, to be
Wow.
fair, you could fit a lot of people in that body.
That's a good point.
When the skin tags say in Braille biohazard container.
It reminds me of Absolutely Fabulous, where Adina is saying, "Inside me is a thin person just screaming to get out," and their daughter says, "Only one."
Let's see. Collectively, as a person with multiple personalities, we would be in a relationship with anyone and everyone we felt we wanted to be with.
No, so you're just a whole bucket full of fucking crazy is what you are. That's
Mhm.
ugh, no thank you.
It's
Some-
a bucket of crazy and cancer.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Some drunken genius decided that we should summon Santa with the Ouija board.
No, about time they mentioned that.
Oh, this is all misspelled anyway.
All that backstory was vital, Terry.
Yeah.
I guess he was taking. I guess
they shouldn't have let the they should not have let the dyslexic do the summoning.
Yeah, good point.
I guess he was taking the good stuff. Like I explained earlier, Scarlett and I knew the Ouija board was serious shit. Connor knew, but also thought it was funny, and we were all either inebriated, high, or both.
So if they're at an orgy, and and she's a multiple, so she was just masturbating in the corner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
She's imagining the whole thing.
I wouldn't be surprised if she's literally the only person living there, and like the rest is her alternate personalities.
Yeah, that
Rotten
that sounds
corpses.
a lot more realistic and more
Frosted, I know it's late, but an Orion Belt joke, I give it 3 stars.
I like that. That's clever.
Okay. Some
James Cully says, in a relationship, this bitch is in denial. She is the practice dummy.
When you summon Santa, you need to be on the nice list, not the naughty list.
Summoning Santa would be absolutely hilarious. Scarlett and I figured why not let all the other idiots attempt to summon Santa and see how they got along with it. Nobody but Scarlett and I really expected anything to happen. All those wanting to participate in the seance sat in the darkest corner of the hellhole that Scarlett and Connor called home temporarily and used the board to call Santa.
Or the waitlist for Jenny Craig.
Several people screamed as Krampus descended on the room.
What?
Don't know about Krampus? You should. He is a horned Norse deity known to scare people, particularly children, during Advent. He is quite the nasty fellow. Here's what he looks like.
So not Santa.
I hope that here's what Krampus looks like is a picture of the author.
What the hell is that?
Better looking than the author.
That looks... Whatever.
A few other people thought their drugs were working better than they had hoped. Neither Scarlett nor myself had expected much to happen. We were
So that's what cocaine, sadness, and several mole removals look like.
It's like meth is a hell of a drug, man.
It just looks like someone in an Anubis costume.
yeah, basically.
Like Anubis
Like
and
I-
ZZ Top.
Like I said, better looking than the author.
Does he know how to spin a guitar?
Let's see. We were surprised that anyone had bothered showing up. That's what happens when you summon demons. They show up. The
Because
end.
no one else would.
That's right. She spent most of the story just detailing the whorehouse and then said a demon showed up. The end.
Yeah, see us in it. But yeah, that's exactly what she just wanted. Here's my life story. I'm a whore and I make shit up, and we summon a demon.
And
Yay! The end.
that's
We scored this really good
Wait,
cocaine.
no, that explains
Anyway.
it. She is the demon. Look at that picture. She is the demon.
yeah. So that's what I meant when I said she buries the lead, because just spend a few minutes detailing a whorehouse and then just demon showed up. The end.
So
I
the
wonder
lead must have been the girl she had a crush on, and she definitely buried that.
Yeah, I wonder if these 519 followers that she has are all of her multiple personalities.
That could be it.
Dante, just to let you know, Jack lost his internet a while back, so we brought
Or
on
so
Will.
he claims.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he monkeyed out.
That's what the message said anyway. Yeah, that was a quick nope.
Yeah, he knew that Frost was going to have this article. He's like, I'm getting the hell out of here right now.
Well, he's scared of Krampus, so yeah.
As nope on a rope, wash with it, goes straight to Santa.
Now, see, it would have been better if she had put the picture of Krampus right there where Santa is, considering that's exactly what happened. It would have wound the whole thing around.
But you don't want spoilers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, nobody would have known what it is if she hadn't subtitled it as such.
And come on, I mean the ending is also already pretty predictable.
Because it wouldn't have been funnier if she put the Krampus picture at the top and then the Santa at the bottom says, "Here is a picture of Krampus," and it showed Santa Claus.
No, she
The old guy
Well,
waiting.
she was high enough to think that, so
Exactly.
I was high when I wrote this.
No,
Yeah.
James is confirming that the author is in fact Krampus.
Yeah, she should have switched the pictures of her and the Krampus.
Hmm.
she's
Okay.
scarier.
Well,
So
we now know who the demon is, and that is this author.
I hope you all learned that if you're a crazy whore who's on drugs and has many personalities, don't summon Santa with a Ouija board or a demon will shoot.
Hmm.
Maybe she names her fingers so that each one of them, as she penetrates herself. Oh, I had sex with 10 people last night.
Rosie
Are
Palmer
you
and her
sure
five
she's
sisters.
got 10
Exactly.
fingers left?
I couldn't reach the toes. My legs were long enough.
Oh yeah, KVD makes a good point. Listen out for tuba music. If you think something like coming back.
Ah, yes,
Probably.
the Gunsky call. Yeah.
Ooh.
All right. Well,
The boob. Exactly.
that's all I had for tonight, gentlemen. So, going to take a moment to chill out my co-host and guest. Will, since you're filling in for Jack, anything you want to chill?
Let's go ahead and shill Quippers for not Jack. He's I guess for Christmas he's doing it on Monday instead of
He is
Sunday.
Uh,
He's one last ditch efforts to get on the nice list for this year.
let's see, Moon. Anything you want to chill?
I plan on resuming my streams after the first of the year, but we'll see, because I still have quite a few appointments that I have to do, and I don't know what's going to happen with them. I did survive the second time, but what they want to do is they want to do a whole lot of targeted therapy and all that kind of crap to make sure everything's fine. And I have dermatology visits. I have a freaking I got an MRI scheduled. I got to go to friggin' Ann Arbor to have that shit done too, which I don't really want to, but I will if I have to. But
The
Well,
doctor,
nobody wants to go to Ann Arbor.
the doctor wants to make it a trilogy.
essentially,
Just say, well,
here's
he's
what's radiation
beat
between friends?
he's beat it twice. Let's give him enough different doses of radiation and magnetics and everything to give him a third round to take care of too.
Yeah. So yeah, but right now the tentative plan is to begin sometime in after the first of the year, but we'll see. I cannot guarantee anything pending all the medical shit that I'm gonna have to go through. So
Lengths that you'll go to avoid playing Super Seducer.
I know,
yes,
right?
exactly. Yeah, and I know I don't have one, but buy my book. Buy my book.
Terry?
People know where to find me. So I'll just wish everyone a Terry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
We wish you a Terry.
Throw a
Christmas.
rock, you find Terry.
Yeah, pretty much.
And anything you want to shill, Johnny?
Let's see. Minions on Thursdays. That's about anything, and just a random stream going on every so often. So,
Well, that and throw a rock and you'll find Terry.
Yeah.
Let's see. So, I think we should be back next week. So, if we are, it'll be same time, Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern. So, see you guys, and everybody have a Merry Christmas, and don't summon any demons.
Yes.
because they show up
Bye, guys.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
and they steal your cocaine.